but I plan on putting the entire full force of my incumbency and all the risk associated with that behind stopping this very, very ill-thought-out decision by Time Warner. I don't begrudge anybody making money. I don't. I think that profits are good. But we have a fundamental disconnect, and this is a lot bigger than what most people have been saying so far. Let me just tell you, by the way, my name's Eric Massa. I'm your member of Congress. And I got involved in this 3 days ago because a group of radiologists, doctors who read x-rays and CT scans and MRIs, came to me and said, if this goes through, we will not be able to practice medicine. And then I started getting smarter and pulling the string, and I got to tell you, I am a highly improbable champion for this. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this thing. I mean, 9 times out of 10, my thumbs are too big, and I get this funny-looking screen. So I'm not, if I have a problem at home, I call my son, and he fixes it. Well, yeah, they look a lot alike. He's probably much better at it than I am. But this is bigger than my trying to learn the technology. It's bigger than even the rate fees. This is a job-killing initiative that will fundamentally put the United States in the third world category to the access to the information that we need to move forward in the 21st century, period. It's a huge issue. And the fact that Rochester has been chosen to be the guinea pig, by the way, guinea pigs don't do so well when this kind of stuff happens, should tell you that it's not going to move forward as they envision it. The statements that somehow, and this is what really got my attention, and I'm trying to go through this training about taking a deep breath once in a while because I get very worked up about this. Someone said to me, representing the other side of the argument, that, well, it's these internet hogs at home who overuse the internet and download more than their fair share of information. Who has set the limit on information? Since when does some executive get to say that you're getting too much data from the internet? This is not about surfing the net and downloading movies. That's not what's at the crux of this. You realize that farmers today in this district are just now starting to be able to access multi-spectral satellite images of their farms that tell them what's dry, what's wet, what has nitrogen content, what doesn't, so they can pre-program fertilizing and irrigation and cut their costs in half. And now we're going to say, I'm sorry, it's more than a gigabyte. It is to those individuals who see the future as I see it, and to those individuals who currently make their living by access to a 21st century internet, this proposal is absurd. And the reality of justification that they say, well, you got to pay your fair share. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no additional costs associated with the downloading of extra electrons and photons. God, I hope it's photons one day if we can get fiber to the houses. And not to mention the fact, we just put an additional $9 billion of your federal tax dollars into the Rural Broadband Initiative. Just like the TVA built out the electrical grid, just like your tax dollars through utilities built sewer and water and highways, the internet is as much of a part of our national strategic security infrastructure as those bricks and mortar. Colleges will not be able to function. And when they say, well, we're going to be able to do it because people will be plugging in. When was the last time they were at a Wi-Fi cafe and counted how many college students were there working on their academics? This is bigger than just a malformed billing idea, and it will not stand.